welcome back to another episode of Dangerous Fellows, the Otome. I hope you guys have been watching my last videos that I've been posting this month. I worked really hard on making them. A lot of hours were spent recording, and some of them I got to edit. Still, a lot of good work. I hope you guys are liking my new mic. I finally have a pop filter, so now it looks at least a little bit better in my opinion. And we finally have enough diamonds that we can continue this. If you've watched my last episode, we didn't have enough to complete the next episode. There's a zombie. Okay. So first, before we go into the episode, we're going to go into secret DMs. And I'm going to show you what I managed to unlock. Well, does it not let you? Okay, that's stupid. So I had unlocked these three. I don't know why it doesn't have. Oh, okay. We have these ones that we can look at. What? Let me view them. Anyway, it just decides to be a pain, I guess. So I guess we won't look at them. The next time I'm able to open them, I'll probably record that and put that with the next video. I thought they would automatically stay open. I think I need something. Use it now. I wandered around the classroom to see if there was anything useful. As a recap, we're trapped in our room that we were sleeping in by somebody. What are you doing? Judy gave me a worried look. I can't just sit around and wait. I squeezed myself in among a pile of chairs and desks. If there was something, I figured it must be somewhere I hadn't checked. After looking through the floor and walls, I felt half desperate and put my hand on one of the desk drawers. I moved my hand around, but there was nothing but dust sticking to my hand. After multiple attempts that just resulted in my hand getting dirty, I sat and tried the next door. Oh, I could feel something long and solid and kind of flat too. I pulled the item out, noticing it was an L-shaped metal roller. Perfect. What is it? What is it? Did you find something cool? I waved the metal ruler above my head to show Judy. Huh? But that's just a ruler. I brushed the dust off my hand and walked over to the door. Judy didn't seem to have any faith in my idea, but I didn't mind trying since it was better than doing nothing at all. I stuck the ruler in the gap between the door and the door frame. Moving the end of the ruler around, I could feel it hit something on the other side. Is it working? I gave her a nod and continued to wiggle the ruler. There's something on the other side, but I can't reach it. I tried poking, twirling, and finally pushing it really hard. Thud. It felt like something hit the floor on the other side of the door. I quickly pulled the ruler out and carefully gave the door a push. Please open. The door opened smoothly with a swoosh. Yay! Judy excitedly ran out of the hallway. I followed her, worried that it might be dangerous to head out that way. Fortunately, there was nothing dangerous in the hallway. So that's what was blocking the door? My eyes went over to where Judy pointed. There was a wooden panel lying on the floor. Where did that wooden panel even fall from? A certain person's face passed through my mind. No, I shouldn't draw conclusions without proof. There's enough suspicion in this world as it is. Surely it was just an unfortunate coincidence. No, somebody put it there. We just can't draw conclusions of who. Are the others still asleep? Maybe. Room 1C. This was a classroom used for meetings and when hanging out. There was when I first met the others too. Some of the others were already there. It didn't seem very far from our room, but how come nobody had heard us? Negative thoughts crossed my mind, but I decided not to entertain them, just look outside the window instead. There were shadows lurking outside. Judging by their unnatural movements, they were definitely zombies. Morning. What are you thinking about? Haley walked over to me carefully. Noticing the shadows outside, she nodded understandingly. She looked bothered too. Probably the people we used to walk by on the streets before, don't you think? Yeah, maybe we even talked to some of them too. Hey ladies, let's not get too sentimental. I like Eugene. He cute. He ain't helping us in any way, you know. Eugene closed the drapes over the windows. It's not just being sentimental, it's proof we're still human after all. We brought some food. The boy walks in with bread and candy bars and laid them on the desks. Maybe that's why no one could hear us. They were preparing breakfast. Everyone grabbed a chair and sat down on the food. Good morning. Did everyone sleep well? I like Lawrence too. Yep. Other than one little thing that still bugs me, I'm good. I wonder whether she'll ever give up. Well, since we don't have any critical issues today, let's have our morning meeting over breakfast. Since we checked the outside perimeter last night, let's just check the inside school today. What about the key? Right, so from now on, we're adding checking locked doors to the things during patrols. She'll be in charge of that. Lawrence gently gestured over to me. I gave him an awkward smile while jiggling the key in the air. This is so pointless. It's just a waste of time and effort. Since we need resources, finding anything would be a win. It's way less troublesome than heading outside. Hence why we haven't been yet. The teacher's lounge on the 5th floor. The library. The storage room in the gym and the snack bar. Don't forget the broadcasting room. Wow, that's quite a few places, huh? Yeah. Should we try the library first then? I made a suggestion, hoping that I'd be able to find something to read there. Does anyone want to come with me? I noticed Eugene grabbing Zion's arm, raising it up. Aww. Yes, offer Zion. Hi, what are you doing? What? Didn't you want to go? To the library? Me? Zion lashed out at Eugene, but Eugene just giggled, amused by his own prank. Despite their bickering, the two seemed quite close to each other. Looks like you two are good to go. Let's pair up the rest of you then. Lawrence casually approved of us going to the library, to which Zion just stared at him in disbelief. Just whatever. He didn't seem so bad, just a tad intimidating, but I guess it was still better than going by myself. The meeting continued until everyone was split up in pairs and were designated areas to patrol. I happily chewed on my piece of bread. We finished breakfast, and everyone split up to do the morning patrols. You coming? Except for this guy. What's with the long face? Oh, I see. You want someone else for your partner, didn't ya? That's not it. Shall we go? Haha. With an awkward smile, I took the lead. You know it's this way, right? I turned back and walked quickly to catch up with Zion. I couldn't stand the awkward silence. So you take it you don't like reading much, huh? What's so fun about looking at letters on a piece of paper? And even if I have to read some, I hate when the story doesn't end the way I want. Yeah, that's true. I guess choosing the right book is kind of like gambling in that sense. Some of my friends are actually start with the endings first. Oh, that's more practical. You'd be able to avoid the bad books really fast. But you'd spoil the enjoyment of the story twists if you read it that way, though. If the book isn't fun without twists, it isn't a book worth reading to begin with. We kept walking our way to the library. We should have gone to the snack bar first. Is this it? Are you illiterate? Yes. Zion pointed at the sign on the wall. Of course not, I was just asking. Oh, I'm starting to get on your nerves? Zion snickered as he gave the door a light shove. The door just rattled, refusing to open. Hey, try the key. I didn't want to follow his orders, but I ended up taking out the key from my pocket anyway. I hope there are lots of comic books in here. Opens, of course. This is a cool library, Zion. I doubt you'll find any comic books in here. Why not? They're just as educational as regular books, don't you think? I let his question go unanswered and just inserted the key in the keyhole. I turned it slowly with a bit of hope, but it didn't move. Man, what a bummer. With the amount of disappointment, people think you're a bookworm. But didn't you choose the library and hope to find something to read for yourself? I was surprised he knew exactly why I'd chosen this place. Swoosh! What was that? Hey, you can't just ignore my question like that. No, that's not it. I think I heard something. Of course she did. Although Zion seemed less concerned, he was looking around warily. There's nothing here, though. Well, that was a relief, then. Haha. Zion didn't look relieved. I couldn't understand why. Just because you don't see anything doesn't mean there's nothing here. Hey, let's just leave. I hesitated for a bit before deciding to follow him. We got a puzzle piece. Ooh, we got rubies. Critical. In the end, the key wasn't for the library. I was hoping we could burn those books to keep warm in here. Completely uninterested about the rest, Scarlet frowned. No matter what key I found, the key I found was for it. It seemed we needed fuel for fires during the winter. Yeah, it's too bad, but we shouldn't get too demoralized. Let's keep looking for where the key might fit. He smiled and patted my shoulder. It must be hard staying strong and encouraging others in this situation. But Lawrence always kept being reliable for us. His kind words helped me regain my hope. Yeah, I smiled at Lawrence. He was absolutely right. There were still so many places we hadn't tried. Hey, where haven't we been yet? The teacher's lounge on the 5th floor, the library, storage room, and the snack bar, and the broadcasting room. We still have 4 more places left to check. If the key didn't fit any of those rooms, we could try it with the lockers in the hall too. We weren't really in a hurry either. With some luck, we could possibly find the key to the library, and I suddenly thought back to what had happened in front of the library, giving me goosebumps. Zion said there was nothing there, but I was unable to ignore my worries. That there might have been someone else. The mere thought of it made me shiver. What's wrong? Are you okay? Harry checked on me, and the others turned around to look. She really likes getting attention, doesn't she? I heard their whispers, but decided to ignore them. Don't mind her. She's still upset about the books in the library. No, that's not it. Oh, it's not it. Don't tell me. Did something happen? Pondered a few minutes about what to say before just shaking my head. I must have gotten a bit sensitive because everything happened recently. Nothing happened. I spoke clearly to make sure the people whispering could hear me too. If you say so, well, promise me you'll tell us if anything's up. She should have told them. Okay, I promise. At that moment, Eugene raised his arm to get everyone's attention. Are we done talking now? I think it's time for a break. Yes, I was about to say, I'm tired. I'm sleepy. Alright then, how about calling it a day? Yay, great! I burst out laughing, seeing Judy's childlike excitement. I could feel the anxiety in my chest slowly easing up. Alright, I'm gonna take a nap. Zion tapped on my back as he walked about. You won't survive long if you keep worrying about every little thing. Take it easy and try not to make so much noise, yeah? I'm off too. Adios. Zion left the room with others following closely behind. Judy walked over to me cheerfully asking, what are you going to do now? I think we're going to get some rest. I had trouble sleeping last night. That's my hand in the pocket where the key was. I was thinking about taking a walk around. I've yet to get used to this place. Oh. Are you fine on your own? Do you want me to tag along? Judy, didn't you say you needed some rest? You should get some sleep. It'll just be a quick stroll up and down the hallway. Oh, but don't get lost. Come on, Judy, I'm not a kid anymore, you know. I tried to comfort her with a smile, but I couldn't get rid of the creepy feelings I had felt back at the library. Maybe I was just overreacting. As long as I stayed away from the cafeteria, nothing would happen. The others still in the spacious classroom seemed to be busy talking to each other. I walked out the door quietly, not wanting to disturb them. Let's see. I feel like the lockers would be a good start. Teacher's lounge and the gym were too far away. I had no idea where the snack bar or the broadcasting room were. And even if I knew, I wouldn't be wandering too far on my own. Judy would freak out if she found out. I decided to just check the lockers in the hallway. I really hoped that I would find a locker that the key fit, but sigh. The keyholes in these lockers were all too small for the key. Well, I wouldn't be able to sleep comfortably if I gave up just this easily. When I decided to do something, I can't give up until I gain something. Telling myself it was too early to give up, I started walking down the stairs. Oh, this is where all the homerooms are. I took a peek into one of the classrooms, but the insides were a nightmare. The chairs and desks were knocked over everywhere, and the torn books and bags scattered across the floor. I could imagine a classroom filled with horror and the terrified students running for their lives. If only the mysterious virus didn't exist. I would have been spending my day just as peacefully as it used to be, leaning back on my chair, waiting for the class to finish. I wondered where everyone went. Was my mom safe? We were supposed to go out for dinner that night. I grit my teeth and shook my head. It was not the time to be emotional. I had to stay strong. I needed to survive until the end. That was my only goal. But just as I was about to take a step forward, swoosh! A strange noise came from the stairs. I was too horrified to turn around or ask who was there. The fear I felt at the library crept up my spine once again. Thump. The closer it approached, the faster my heart beat. My heart was beating so loud my ears started going numb. All I could do was hold my breath, waiting for what was going to happen next. What should I do? I regret not letting Judy come with me. Thump. But this wasn't a great moment to think about my regrets. I figured there would be a decent hiding spot close by. I clenched my fists and started counting down from 3. 3, 2, 1. I started rushing as fast as I could. I refused to look behind me, no matter what I heard. Using all my strength, I ran as fast as I could from whatever was chasing me. As I gone from one end of the C-shaped corridor to the other, I noticed a half-open door. Oh, without any hesitation, I rushed inside. I looked around the classroom as I tried to catch my breath, and I almost screamed in terror when I saw the scene with my eyes open. It was a horrifying scene. The entire room was splattered with blood. The chairs and desks were scattered all over the floor. Everything was stained with blood. Something terrifying must have happened in here. For example, someone unknowingly infected with the virus arrived to school and... I shut my eyes and opened them again. This was not the time for that. This mysterious noise was still approaching slowly, but noticeably faster than a moment ago. I made sure the door in the back was closed, and then quietly closed the front door just as it passed through. But there was a problem. The lock seemed to be broken. The door refused to shut. Please, oh please. I desperately prayed for a miracle, but nothing happened. It was definitely going to find me if I didn't hurry. I had to hide somewhere, right? Rattle. Ah! I felt tears well in my eyes, just about managed to block the door. Let out a scream. I couldn't let this thing come in, whatever it was. Rattle, rattle, creak. It seemed like it wasn't giving up easily. I prayed for the strength to keep blocking the door. I could hear the sound of breathing faintly through the crack in the door. Was it a zombie? Or if not, door rattles. Berg, please. I stopped shaking the door. Instead, it started scratching the door as if to threaten me. I almost gave up trying, but I bit my lip and kept blocking the door. But I wasn't sure how much longer my strength would last. The dark classroom was freezing cold and my legs were shaking. If I didn't stay focused, I worried I'd end up collapsing on the floor, making that thing out there able to get in. Should we change our... We don't have enough money for clothes. How are we supposed to change our clothes? Ignore. However, nothing seemed to go my way. It was freezing and my hands were growing numb. I won't last much longer. While holding onto the door with every last bit, looked back. I took a quick look to see if there was anything I could use, but I couldn't really think of any good ideas. The moment I started feeling hopeless, scratch, scratch. The scratching on the door started again. I bit my lips, tried to endure the horrifying noise, but I couldn't keep the tears from pouring out. With what I was thinking, coming down here all by myself, I should have stayed with everyone, or at least asked Judy to come with me. I decided to stop thinking about it, shook my head. Instead of regretting what I didn't do, I decided to use the time to think. There had to be a way for me to get out of there in one piece. Bang. Ugh. The door started shaking once more with a loud bang. This time it felt like I was dead set on getting the door open. My arms began to tremble, my fingers went numb. I'm all out of strength. What would happen if the door opened and it gets in here? Would that be the end of me? Suddenly everything fell silent. Did it give up and leave? I put my ear against the door. It was dead quiet in the hallway. I had made it. I had survived. Suddenly my legs gave out and I almost collapsed on the floor. Bang. Ah! The door suddenly opened with a huge slam. It completely knocked me over just as I started to relax. But I rolled over and hid behind one of the desks before I could think about the pain. Something entered the room. It walked inside. I covered my mouth with both hands. What would happen to me now? My heart beat so violently that I felt it would burst out of my chest. But nothing happened. I grabbed a clean part of the desk and slowly stood up to look around. What was that? With slow footsteps, I walked over to the wide open front door. I stuck my head out the door to check the hallway. The hallway was quiet. I had no trace of anything that had happened. Even though I'm glad nothing happened, it still filled me with fear, but I was completely sure it had been a person who had entered the room. There was all a big mistake. I'll never go exploring on my own ever again. Damn, that's crazy. We didn't even get a diamond. That's some BS. We should have got a diamond. I laid down to catch some rest, but I ended up just rolling back and forth on my blanket. Judy woke from her nap and lightly shook my shoulder. Seemed like she thought I was still asleep. Wake up, it's almost dinner time. Okay. Tired from lack of sleep, I rubbed my eyes as I slowly got up from my bed. She chatted about Judy's strange dream as we opened the door to the main classroom. Hey, hi, did you get some rest? You always looked like you wasn't getting enough rest. Not really, I had some things to take care of. Yee! Like what? I could have helped. You should have told us. Are you worried about me? Lawrence smiled and shook his head. I was just making a list of things we need to do. You're more than welcome to help me later. How about making sure everyone gets something to eat? I can help with that. The others gathered at the table together and placed the dinner on top of them. Oh, isn't this cream buns? Eugene snatched one from the desk and started complaining. These go bad really quickly, even if it's this cold outside, you know. I still remember eating this last time and getting food poisoning. Just shut up and eat, man. Zion made a face at Eugene while chewing on a piece of jerky. Eugene responded by pouting. Let him be. Eugene popped one of the wrapper, took the bun out, and started chowing down. By the look on his face, I could tell the bun tasted just fine. The dinner time continued with a happy mood. Are you guys all finished? Yep. So I went over a few things during the break. As of right now, we're running out of food. See? Don't say I didn't warn you. Scarlet, please. So I started tomorrow. We need to go out to town and begin to search for food again. Lawrence looked around the room before continuing. In addition, it will start getting colder from now on, which means we need ways to keep warm in here. I need to think carefully about this. It might be a good idea to not sleep spread out in separate rooms. Bro, I really like having my own room, though. Feel free to freeze to death then, man. I wish those heaters worked. Well, they're no use since the power's down. Do you think the power's down everywhere? Probably. Scarlet answered with a frown. It seems like you didn't really like the thought of sharing rooms with me. Don't worry, we've been doing fine without power so far. Since anything we can find will be of help, we should start looking more carefully from now on. We still haven't found where that key goes either. The meeting went on for a while longer, but before Lawrence decided to talk about the remaining topics that followed day. Knowing I wouldn't be able to sleep, I lingered at the edge of the desk I was sitting on. Everyone already left. Why aren't you going? I'm just thinking about stuff. I gave him a vague response and pulled the curtains back slightly. The night sky over the silent city looked quite amazing. With all the lights out, I couldn't see any zombies, and the entire city looked peaceful, as if nothing ever happened. Harry took a seat on the desk next to me, looking out the window together. We silently gazed at the stars when, Is there something bothering you? I turned to look at him with his eyes. He looked concerned. I felt like Harry was kind and understanding enough to trust me. Harry, I think there's something in the school. Harry kept listening to me calmly. I carefully continued speaking. I first noticed it when I went to the library with Zion. And this morning, me and Judy were trapped in our room too. We barely managed to get out. And upstairs, you know where all the homerooms are? There was something in that hallway too. It started chasing me and just managed to escape. I hope I wasn't making him worry by telling him all this. But if it was really something dangerous, I really don't want to keep it to myself. And I'm not entirely sure about this, but I think it wasn't a zombie. Okay, wait a second. I get it. I understand what you're trying to say. It must have been really scary. Don't worry, I'll talk with Lawrence about it. If there's anything I can do to help you, you have to let me know, okay? I'm here for you. But we should never say anything that makes anyone out of the group seem suspicious. Looked at Harry and nodded. I understood him, or once you start suspecting someone, it would just get worse from there. Sorry, I guess I wasn't being very thoughtful. No, it's okay. I mean, I'm sure you really felt something was wrong. Harry hesitated for a second and lowered his voice. Did anyone tell you how we used to stay in the middle school building next door? Oh yeah, Ethan did. When we first got there, it was actually quite nice. We were many survivors. We had plenty of food. But then one day a fight broke out. Huh? That's not what Ethan had told me. I heard you guys were attacked by zombies. That comes later. There was a college guy with us. But he started getting suspicious all the time. Who is he suspicious of? One of us. Sorry, I don't want you to judge or have any prejudice against the person if I told you who. Well, of course, I totally understand. Anyway, that incident divided us into cliches, and people stopped getting along. I didn't get the whole thing. I mean, it didn't do us any good, but I guess I was kind of blaming him for people hating on each other. We should have tried to work things out, but the zombie broke in and attacked us before we could. That's why so many people... You must have been so devastated. Yeah, we all were. You guys probably worked hard to make that place safe for everyone. Yeah, we really did. It was all gone in an instant. I regret not telling them to talk sooner. We could have sat down and talked things out. I lightly patted Harry's back to comfort him. I totally feel for you, Harry. Thanks for telling me, even though it must have been tough. I promise to keep your words in mind. Yeah, thanks for understanding. And I'm sorry if I made you more nervous about staying here. But don't be afraid. You're not alone anymore, okay? Thanks. I feel better with you here to help if anything happens. Feeling relieved, I smiled brightly at him. I guess I was being too paranoid about everything and was doubtful for no reason. Let's get this through together. Why can't it be somebody else that could be in the school? Because there's places that they haven't explored. So maybe there's another human. What about you, Otome? Do you want to go investigating with me tomorrow? Weren't we supposed to go find food outside? Everyone will take turns like we do the night watches. It doesn't really matter who goes first. And after hearing your story, I feel like we need to do some more careful checking in the school. Yeah, sounds good. It's always nice to have someone trustworthy to help. So today you went to the library, right? Just hearing the word library brought me back to that terrifying moment giving me the creeps. Yeah. Harry smiled reassuringly as if he noticed how I felt. We'll do a very thorough search, making sure there's nothing out of the ordinary. How about we try the broadcasting room tomorrow? If we can get the door open, we might try to find something useful. I doubt that the filming equipment would still work, but I imagine there could be something left after the events they organized. That's a good idea. Maybe we can find a microphone and yell for help. Someone might hear us. Harry laughed at my dry joke. I hope there's a radio so we could get some news from the outside. Maybe we get it to play some music. Oh yeah, I really miss music. I can barely wait till tomorrow. If I remember correctly, it's right upstairs. Harry grinned mischievously. Wanna go up right away? We just need to check the key, and since we're both going, it's not as dangerous either. Seriously? Yes, seriously. Wow, I didn't expect him to be so eager about this. Or was he trying to help me ease my anxiety? We have to make it real quick. If anything seems to even a little weird, return right away. Sounds good. The fact that I wasn't alone this time was very comforting. I walked up the stairs next to Harry with light footsteps. I didn't feel scared at all, thanks to Harry taking all the way there. The bright moonlight shone through the windows, illuminating the hallway. Oh, it was right here. The broadcasting room was right next to the stairway. Yeah, that's why I figured we could check it out right away. Why don't you try out the key? I grabbed the key and tried putting in the doorknob. Oh? The key didn't fit the lock, but the light shaking of the shaking door felt strange. Put the key back in my pocket and tried opening the door gently. Oh! It opened! So the key worked? Good thing we came in here. Ah, it didn't. The door wasn't locked. You didn't know that? What? That's impossible. I think I've checked this door 3 or 4 times since we decided to stay here. Did it get unlocked after that? We have a rule here to tell everyone about what rooms are accessible, since we can't afford to keep secrets from one another. Looking at him, I could tell he definitely wasn't joking. He carefully stepped inside. He looked visibly nervous as he swallowed. I took a quick glance back at the hallway. Ensuring there was nothing there, I followed Harry into the room. It looked surprisingly untouched. The room was filled with cameras, headsets, cables scattered all over the place. But it was too dark to see anything else. We probably won't need the cameras, right? I've always wanted to try filming stuff, but this is way too big. It's strange. The door? No. It's too clean in here. I mean, it must have been locked for a while, right? Which means someone's been using this place. Who would use this place by themselves, and why? I think it's best if we make this a secret between us. Let's not tell the other guys about the unlocked door. I don't like secrets, but I think we need to be careful about talking about this. Harry frowned, displeased by having to keep this information from the others. And my suspicions started intensifying again. Yay, we got more rubies! Ooh, Night Watch. We need to choose groups. Who should I go with? All of these are equal. Why do I have so much with Ethan? I need more with Zion. What do you mean I gotta purchase a ticket? This is some bull. It just came out double. Okay, so let's see. Where are tickets? Okay. So, we're going to pause here. Oh look, that's where our puzzle piece is. He's 5'9". He's also 5'9". Dang, Lawrence is 6 foot. Eugene short. He's a minor! Oh, he's 6'1". Interesting. Anyway, so, since we are blocked because we need a ticket, we're gonna have to pause this episode short. Since apparently that's the only way that we can get a ticket. We're going to have to pause this. So, I will see you guys next week doing night watch duty with Zion. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little episode. I know it was shorter than the other one, but I hope you still enjoyed it either way. And until next week, see y'all next time.